Hey everybody, it's Monster Art School. I lost my sign. So we're here and we're doing Monster Art School, but we don't have our sign today. So I apologize for the non-branded Monster Art School.
No.
But Luna and I are here and we're going to go over some of the basic stuff again just to get everybody back on track. Because I figured you had a weekend to run around and do crazy things and forget everything we learned in Monster Art School last week, right, Luna?
What?
Yeah. See, she can't even make a sentence, right?
Hey!
You said "whoa" like that. Like
What?
that's your best response was "whoa."
Hey!
Hey.
Rude.
Yeah. Well, I'm just honest. So today.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about it.
Why are you replicating what you sound like?
I don't know. So today, what I'm going to talk about is our basic shapes first. So we want to go, let me make sure my hand is up. Yep, you can see that. Okay, good. So
we need to talk outside.
our basic shapes are going to be our sphere.
Oh, I found the sign.
Oh, you found the sign. Okay, great. Yes, this is Monster Art School. We're here. Yay! So the basic shapes are a sphere, a square,
Go away.
a cube.
My brother's annoying.
No, he's not. He's annoyed.
No, annoying.
Get it? He's annoyed.
Annoying. I have a pencil.
A triangle. Yeah, I had a bunch of pencils and I put them down and I don't know where. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Pencils for you. There you go.
Guys, do you remember my buff Selkie?
That is Luna's buff Selkie with no hands.
No, the hands are covered in her.
The handless Selkie.
It's not handless, Dad.
Okay. So we've got a triangle. We've got a cone looking up.
Wait, did you give me my pencil?
I did. I gave you 2 pencils, but you can have this one too.
Okay.
That's not going to work. Just turn it sideways. Oh, okay. There, it will work. Okay. And a cylinder.
What are we making today?
I don't know.
Could we just do scribble monsters?
We could. I would love to do Scribble Monsters, but it's hard to show people what to do when you're doing Scribble Monsters. That's kind of more fun just to do it yourself.
Guys, could we just
You know what I mean? So
can we just have
we're
a
gonna
loose
do
day
a
today?
monster. We're gonna do a monster. You can do whatever you want, but I'll do a monster and I'll teach you a monster.
What are we drawing today? I missed the subject. Oh, today we aren't drawing anything. He's just deciding what to draw. I don't know what we're drawing.
Well, hey, if you guys have an idea, we can do it right now because I had some thoughts, but oh wow, we got a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna do something cool. So
Hey.
I think we're
guess
going
what?
to do.
Kimberly lose. You weren't the first one. Guess what? Penelope and Kimberly
All right.
lose. You guys aren't the first people here.
No. So what we're gonna do today is talking about these basic shapes.
Dad, Appa.
Appa.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if I can do Appa because it's from somebody else's thing,
Copyrighted. It's possibly copyrighted.
and I don't know exactly what he looks like, so I don't want to do Appa for that reason. But
Can we just do a flying bison?
do you know what a
That's what-
bison looks like?
No.
See, I don't know what a bison looks like, so I need to have a bison reference.
Please.
No, stop! Don't draw.
Start with a little ellipse.
Yeah, but you need to know what it looks like. So, see, this is the thing about drawing stuff is that you have to have an idea of what you're drawing. So I think what I'm going to do is, what does everyone think about drawing Gollum? Luna, we're going to draw Gollum. Okay? Do you know what Gollum is?
Oh yeah.
Okay, today we're going to draw
He's
Gollum.
famous for saying.
My precious. That's right. So we're going to draw Gollum from the Lord of the Rings. What's great about that is that I'll do it my style, not the way that you've seen it in the movies, and that way, or we'll do it our style, not the way you see it in the movies, and that way we don't get in trouble with
Okay,
anybody.
Dad.
So what?
Look back.
Yes, that's a bison, but that's not what Appa looks like. Anyway, so here we go.
We just take that.
So what we're going to do with this drawing, let me flip the page. My precious. So this will be Lord of the Rings Day. We're going to do Gollum from the Lord of the Rings. So the way we're going to start Gollum
Next week
is...
we're going to do Dragon League.
Well, we could do dragons tomorrow. We were talking about doing different kinds of dragons as we go.
I want there to be full week.
A full week? Okay. Well, maybe this should be Lord of the Rings week. We could do all kinds of Lord of the Rings stuff. That'd be fun. All right. So here.
Just expect me to just doodle, not follow along.
Oh, you are so lame. You're like, I don't like Harry Potter. I don't like Lord of the Rings. I don't like anything.
I do like stuff.
I don't like anything that's cool. So here, I'm gonna draw a big sphere. Okay.
Hippogriff.
And I'm gonna draw. I'm drawing this, Luna.
I know, but
So
like.
we're gonna draw a big sphere, and then from the middle of that sphere, we're gonna know it's a sphere because shh, I'm trying to talk, honey. If you have something you want to say, wait until I'm done talking, and then you can ask, or you can ask me. What were you gonna say, hon?
I was gonna say Jamie Lee Newbold said either Ents or hobbits.
Well, how about this? We'll do hobbits and ents maybe the rest of this week. We'll do hobbits, ents. We can do other Lord of the Rings creatures. We could do a troll. But I think today I kind of am sold on doing
We've been doing troll.
Gollum. We've never done a troll in this class.
You've been talking about doing a troll a lot. So.
Yeah, we could do dwarves. So we're going to draw a sphere, and we're going to put a crosshair on the sphere like that. And that's going to be the direction that his head is facing. Okay, and his nose goes in the middle of his head, and that's where the nose is going to be. So then I'm going to draw a little tiny kind of extra box down here. It's just going to be a little box just so that we have the head the head figured out. And then from the center of the sphere, I'm going to draw out.
Does anybody think I can kick my dad's butt?
And around like this. Okay, and that's going to be the back of his body. It's going to be his spine.
Like Lou said, are you sure about that?
And then
All caps.
under here, I'm going to draw another half circle like that.
Jamie Lee Newbold said, I love theme weeks. Good
Okay,
idea.
cool.
Maybe a Norse myth week?
Oh, Norse Myth Week would be great. I love it. We could also do Chinese myths. Why don't we do that? We'll just go from week to week as a different theme. So, okay, so here we go. We've got, this is going to be, I'm going to put a sphere here, and that's going to be his chest.
Could there be a D&D week?
Yeah. But do you want to do D&D monsters or D&D characters? D&D week. Well, there's so many D&D monsters that have been taken from all these other places. So it'd be more interesting to do the monsters from where they're from. It's like on D&D, if you look in the D&D manual, you'll see dragons. Well, they didn't invent dragons. You'll see hippogriffs, and they didn't invent hippogriffs. You'll see, halflings, which are essentially hobbits. So they basically, D&D is just an amalgam of all these other things.
Penelope said, I watched Lord of the Rings. It is an awesome movie.
See? Even
I don't
Penelope
think
knows.
it is.
You haven't seen it.
We actually have.
You have not seen Lord of the
I
Rings. No.
I have.
No.
I've seen one movie.
I don't think you have.
I have.
Okay.
Remember when we had the all movie day with those
maybe.
Legos?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It was awesome. You're
No,
crazy.
it wasn't.
All right, let me draw. If you're not going to draw, at least don't bother me drawing. So this is going to be where his hips are. So what we're doing is his body is basically bent backward. I'm going to put his legs up, his knees out like this. And put another knee here.
I want to ting.
And the basic shapes, I don't know where they are.
I know where one is.
So the basic shapes that we're trying to look at are these
Both. Yeah, Penelope.
cylinders that will be his legs. And we'll connect those cylinders up here. Okay? And then I'm going to draw a circle here and a little bit of a half circle here. And what those are going to be is shoulders. And I'm going to bring those down like so. And I'm going to put his elbows here. And we're going to have one arm up like this. Remember, I'm just drawing lines for the arms. And I'll put the other arm down like that. And I'll put the hand down here. So we're putting balls where the hands are going to be. And where the shoulder and the elbow are. Like that. And that way we can draw our little cylinders in place. So I'm making a cylinder for the arm, a cylinder for that arm, for that part of the arm there. And then... Yeah, but you never saw the whole story.
I know.
Because you only saw the first one.
Oh, a very confused Penelope said, "How can she not like it?"
I don't know. So now I'm going to put boxes for the knees.
Oh, Kimberly Lou said I switched to a 6B pencil.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And replying to Harry, Kimberly Lou said, "I know, right?"
I know. I think she just doesn't know
Okay.
anything that's good. Now this way,
Hey,
we'll go back.
I do.
No.
I mean, I know you.
Well, that's true. You do know me. But you make fun of me.
I do.
And then we're going to draw the heel. Okay? So what I do for the heel is I think about it as like a wedge. Like a shape like this in this case. So I'm going to draw that there. And then the front of the foot, I'm going to draw back to here. And then I'm going to... I think that Gollum has really big feet. So I'm going to give him really big feet and really big hands. So his hands and his feet and his head are going to look way too big for his body. So I'm actually going to make his head bigger. So if you guys want to do that too, you can. And then I'm going to give him... I'm going to get down, I'm going to do the arm going down here. Now, for a while, your drawing is going to look like a lot of messy lines everywhere, and that's okay, as long as you can still understand what you're drawing. And I'm going to draw a box for the back of the hand, okay, like that. And for this one, I'm going to draw a box here like this. Now it's going to be that hand. See how big it is? And I'm going to erase. Can I have the eraser, please?
You want to ting?
Yep. I'm going to erase some of these things out.
Make sure to
So
make
that-
it simple.
I'm trying. Simple is hard. So now, the next step is going to be
People said, "Aw, that was sweet." Don't know what she was implying to, but
that you said I was nice.
yeah.
Because I insulted you and said you don't know nice things. And you said, you're nice.
No, I said, "Well, I know you."
Right. Okay, so now let's get to the head first. So I'm going to erase some of these lines just so that I can have a ghost. Just enough that I have a ghost of what's there. And I'm going to end up having this weird, weird shape that goes around like this. So this is the cranium back here, and this is the chin. And I'm going to go and I'm going to put the line this way. And I'm going to turn his head, actually. Just because I want to have him looking at us. So I'm going to make him go... I'm going to make it turn this way, like that. Hopefully you're not drawing too dark so you can erase along with me. And we'll do... Make sure he has a flat chin. Not too big, no too flat a chin, but small flat chin like that. And we'll divide his face in half like that. And remember, every line should be a little bit curved. Don't use any straight lines, just curved lines. And then right here, I'm going to draw a really, really big sphere on both sides of his head like this. Okay? And then right around from there, I'm going to draw little tiny pointy ears coming off like that. All right, now.
What kind of creature is Gollum?
Well, they kind of allude to the idea that Gollum might have been a hobbit at one point, but he's been twisted by the ring. So at the bottom, but not an actual hobbit, but something like a pre-hobbit hobbit. So I'm going to draw, at the bottom of those two lines, I'm going to draw a line, of these two circles, I'm going to draw a line, and then I'm going to put a triangle right there, and that's going to be where his nose is. And then halfway between...
You are right. Thank you for saying that. Replying to Kimberly.
Halfway between his nose and his chin, I'm going to put another line. That's going to be where his mouth is going to be. And I think for this one, we're going to be really crazy with it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to make his mouth go out like this. We're going to go... So I'm going to undo the outside cheekbone, and I'm going to go out with it like this and kind of make him look really kind of weird. So he's got this really wide mouth, and I think we'll have the face go out like this. Because I think that'll give us that impression of his kind of insanity, his madness.
He's insane.
He's totally insane. He's great.
Yeah, J.B. Lee
So we'll put
said
little...
he was a hobbit way in the past when he got the ring.
Well, he wasn't a hobbit. He was something similar to a hobbit, but they weren't called hobbits.
Until he became as he is. So.
Yeah, they said he was something similar to a hobbit, but he wasn't actually a hobbit. I think in the movies they made him look a lot like a hobbit, but he was actually, in the books, they make a differentiation between him and the hobbits. I don't know why, but they said it was very similar. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to put a little circle there, and a little circle there, and those are going to be his cheeks. So I'm going to make his eyes a little smaller so that you can see the cheeks. And so I'm going to erase this out so that you just see the cheeks sticking out here. And now we've got his eyes, and in the corners of his eyes down here, I'm going to put a little tear duct. This basically can be a little triangle, right, like that. Just because I want his eyes to look huge and kind of watery and gross. So you give him that kind of tear duct there. And then out here, we can draw, what these are is the ridges over the eyes on the head. So I'm going to draw that like that. And basically they're the brow ridges. And then from here, I'm going to draw an eyelid in here, and an eyelid in there. And the eyelid should go from that point around like this and out. So from the point of the tear duct and out and around like this. So that we have that creepy look. And then we're going to have him looking off like this. So I'll put a big half circle like that, and then we'll put the pupil right here. This half circle is going to be the iris. So we'll make it dark edged there. And then we can put the pupil in here. Now, you know what he's got to have in his hand, right? What do you think he's got in his hand? So for the nose, what we'll do is we have kind of a triangle here for the nose, very lightly drawn triangle. We're going to draw a point at the bottom, so it's like got a triangle on top and a triangle on the bottom. And then we're going to carve half circles out so we can make a nose shape like that. And then we can draw a line from here and from here to show his cheekbones, and then under his eyes we'll show those tired, weary, creepy eyes that Gollum has. Like he's like, I'm so tired because I haven't slept in 1,000 years.
He's a water hobbit. Water hobbit. That's what he is in the movie, Penelope said.
Well, I don't know if they're called water hobbits, but he's supposed to be something similar to a hobbit. I think he lives in the water because he's, what do you call it? Because that's where he's been hiding out for so long. Because he's been there for thousands of years. So if you want, on top of the nose, you can just kind of draw a little bit of a dark shading there, and maybe something there to just separate the front of the nose from the back of the nose. And then here, I'm going to put a curved line that goes up and around, and we'll go like that. So now we've got kind of the basics of the hobbit head, of the Gollum head. Now you got me saying it. In the ears, I'm going to go draw a line here, draw another line inside that, and then a curved line like that. So do this around, line inside, and a curved line like that. If you want, you can go back with a line like this as well. And then the back of his head, you can make it as big as you want. I'm going to make it kind of nice and rounded.
Yeah, I don't see anything like for Gollum.
What do you mean?
That says he's a water hobbit.
No, he's like I said, he's in the novels. They don't say he's actually a hobbit. They say he's something similar. In the book of the Hobbit, they describe him as saying something. He was once similar to a hobbit.
Janeway
That's as close as they get.
Gollum was a store hobbit of the river folk who lived near the Gladden Fields, originally known as Smeagol.
But they didn't call him a hobbit.
He was corrupted by one of by the one
Okay.
ring and
Well, Asker, is that from the Silmarillion?
Making a horrible swallowing noise in his throat.
All right. Is that from the Silmarillion that he's called a hobbit? Because that's not what it says in the Lord of the Rings book or in the Hobbit's book.
I'm not sure, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Don't attack me about that.
I'm not attacking anyone. Who are you? You saying that, or is she saying that?
Jamie.
Oh, I wasn't trying to attack you. I was just trying to figure it out.
She said it was me.
Oh.
Jamie, he said Noble said, no, that was a quick Google search.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I looked it up when my son was younger. He was asking me whether he was a hobbit, because in the movie he looks a lot like a hobbit. When I went back to the books and checked, there was no definitive thing saying he was actually a hobbit. That's why. So it may be in the Silmarillion or something else like that, but I don't know. So there we go. That's what I'm going to do for his head. Make it look creepy. And then I think you can throw some hair hanging off of his head like this if you want.
Helmy Bauer said that's what they're called in the movie. I am positive about that.
Okay.
You have OBS Studio on. Did you know
But
that?
the movie changes stuff too. So I don't know. So now we're going to go back here. And I'm going to redraw that shoulder. So one of the things about Gollum is he's got...
Penelope Bauer said he reminds me of Gertie from the Book of Three.
Okay. He's going to have bigger shoulders and then skinny forearms. And then we're going to draw... these. And remember, you don't have to draw all of the stuff inside. Just draw the outside line. But try to make sure that when you draw the outside line, you bring the outside line in so that it looks like it's three-dimensional. A lot of people just want to do an outline, and when you do an outline, it flattens it out. So what I'll do is I'll bring this line around and into the form, and then I start this line behind and around. Okay? Bah.
Dad?
Yeah? So now I'm going to draw that triangle there. That's the clavicle. It's the bone that's separates your neck from your chest. And then I'm going to draw his chest there. I'll go back and draw his back here. Now, Gollum's pretty skinny. So this line here that we drew is the top of his torso, and the bottom of his torso here. I'm going to break it up. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And that's supposed to show his skinny ribs. And if you want, you can do that too. And then under here, we'll just draw...
Hey, Dad.
What?
Cryptids.
Yes, I know. We can draw like a line down here connecting around like this for the clothes he wears. And we can draw down here and down there to create what would be his loincloth.
Hey, Dad.
Yes?
One of the posts that you made is true.
One of the posts that I made was true.
Ever noticed that this is one of the posts? It's fantastic. Have you ever noticed that the Guardians of the Galaxy are pretty much based on Farscape?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty, yeah.
The team is very similar.
Yeah.
So now... And even though the Guardians of the Galaxy are technically older than Farscape, it was a totally different team that's older than Farscape. And the guys who created the new team of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the one that's in all the movies, that team, that's... they said that they created it as if they wanted a Marvel version of Farscape. They actually said that in an interview. So it's true. So I'm just going to make some shapes in here to make his eyes look dark and mysterious. And now I'm going to get back to the regular drawing. So hands are really hard. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to deal with this hand. So I drew that wedge block there. And I'm going to draw a circle or a sphere off to the side here. And then I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3 knuckles. And then 1, 2, 3 knuckles. I decided to give him 3 fingers instead of 4. Don't ask me why.
Don't ask me why. It's really, really complicated.
No, it's just because I felt like doing it that way. And then we're just basically going to connect. We put a 3rd knuckle out here. And we're going to connect these out. And from here, we're going to do the other thumb knuckle there.
You know what is kind of like,
what's
kind of surprising?
What's kind of surprising?
Did you turn off like the Facebook thing? The Facebook timer?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
And then here we're going to draw
I didn't know you
fingernails.
Okay. Don't judge.
I wasn't judging. I just said I did. And then I'm going to make it look that the arm is covering over. By doing that. So now you've got his one hand. Now the other hand, this is going to be a little harder. So draw an ellipse, another ellipse, and another ellipse there. And we're going to draw a sphere / ellipse there. Okay, now, this is where it gets hard. We're going to draw a cylinder.
Can I have detain?
Around like that. I'm handing it to you.
No, you grabbed it.
I just handed it to you.
I know.
Oh, okay. And then we're going to draw, and we're going to put the knuckle of the thumb there. And we're going to draw the thumb like this. And then from here, we're going to draw a tube up this way. 1 to the first knuckle. 2 to the second knuckle. And then 3 to the third knuckle. And with these 2 fingers back here, I'm just going to go like this. I'm not going to draw the whole cylinder. I'm just going to pretend like the cylinder's there and draw around it. And then we're going to put a little round thing in his finger, like that.
Do you think Lady Lenore's sane?
Is what?
Lady Lenore sane?
Like, as in insane versus sane?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't thought about that. So I'm just going to draw his knee here. Just box it out. That's all we need to do there. And then this knee, we can leave that like that. That's fine. We'll finish out this line back here. Now we have to get this foot. Oh, this hand, we should probably erase some of these extra lines. So once we erase those extra lines, just keep the things that tell you where the structure is. So I want to keep that knuckle, and I want to keep this knuckle, and then we'll draw a circle, and then I can get rid of all of this. See? And then I can draw here, and I can put a fingernail. And then with this finger, we'll keep that knuckle, this knuckle, and this knuckle. And we'll draw that segment of the finger and that segment of the finger. And now we've got 3 finger segments there. And then we can draw this knuckle and that knuckle. And we'll...
Did you guys hear?
No, no one heard that.
Gotta go.
See you later,
Bye,
Penelope. So now we've got the other hand, and guess what he's holding in his finger?
The ring.
The ring.
Of invisibility?
So, well, it's the ring of power.
Is that the ring that turned incorrupted?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. The ring does give you invisibility, but it also does a lot of other things.
Okay, so I know a little bit of the lore because I had to watch it. Because Dad chose it for family movie night.
Well, maybe we'll watch the next one tonight.
No!
Yeah. Ha. They're so good. You're so silly. They are. They're really good. So down here, I'm going to make some triangles to make clothing down there. And then I want to get to this back foot. So I'm going to follow this back to here. I'm going to draw a little bump there for the ankle. Hey, honey, here's the thing.
You did that?
You don't take anybody else's, opinions. How many people tell you it's good and you just say it's not good? Does that make any sense? Or maybe it's just something you don't like.
I just don't like it.
Yeah, so it's not that it's not good, it's that you don't like it.
I don't like it. In my opinion, it's not good.
See, those are two different things. I can respect that someone's really good at playing music, but I may not like the music they make.
I can
Can be
respect
very
that
good.
other people might like the movie, but
Yeah.
I don't, and I don't like it.
I know. Or so you say. You've really not given it a chance, but okay. Here we go.
I can respect that other people like the movie.
So now we're going to draw, I kind of jumped over this. We're going to draw 3 knuckles and then 3 separate tubes for the toes. And that's how we're going to get those toes. And then over here, these toes are kind of hidden behind this foot. So all I'm going to do there, we're going to create the illusion of the toe by just drawing that and then shading it in. And no one's going to know that we didn't draw the foot there. They're just going to think we did. So over here, we're going to draw the toe nails. Let's call them toe knuckles. 3 toenails like this. Now we've got his 3 toes. We can erase all these extra lines that don't make up the drawing. And now we should have a pretty good Gollum. Now I'm going to talk about something else we can do here that'll be kind of fun. So what we want to do next is think about the ring. The ring is glowing. Okay, so if the ring is glowing, then everything that's away from the ring will be dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, I'll pretend there's a dot in the middle of the ring and I'll point out in every direction. Okay, and anything that's turned away from that ring, I'm going to put a bit of a shadow on. So if something turns away from the ring, like let's say here, this turns away from the ring, it's starting to move that way. So I'm going to put a shadow there.
Kimberly Lou said I draw my hand. I drew my hand holding the ring. Sorry, wearing the ring.
Ah, okay, that's cool. So his eyelid moves away, and I'm going to go like that.
Kimberly Liz said, I did not draw Gollum.
You didn't draw Gollum? What'd you draw?
She drew. I bet she probably drew a Gollum.
Okay. The nose turns away, so I'm going to darken this side of his nose. And his head turns away over here, so I'm going to darken this side of his head. His back, well, his head casts a shadow back there, so I'm going to darken his back. And then here, I'm just going to kind of recreate these lines, but a little thicker. And then I can darken that part of his underwear or his clothes.
I know.
I don't know what else to call them. His loincloth.
His.
So I'll put a shadow here.
Call it his clothes, okay?
Okay. Well, it's kind of like underwear. And then
I
you can
like
darken
this.
his leg off like
This is
this.
tangerine.
It's tangerine. Looks like black and white to me.
Hey. The
What?
dragon's name is Tangerine.
Okay. And this can go
I like
into
to
black
draw
and
dragons.
into shadow too. And we'll do the same over here. Because the light's coming from here, if it's away from that,
Hey Dad, you know what
we'll
I
make it
figure?
in shadow.
I
What?
figure for small dragonettes that they should have a stubbier snout.
Okay. And then I'm going to darken the head away from the ring as well. And if you want to use lines to do this, you can go like this. On the back of his hand, I can make it dark, going all the way down his arm, like so. And that looks like a pretty good Gollum. What do you think, Luna?
Yeah.
I like your dragons. I thought you didn't want to do more dragons.
No, I said I did.
Oh, you were complaining yesterday about not doing more dragons. Okay.
About not doing more dragons.
No, about not wanting to do more dragons. Okay.
And no, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were. And so under his hand,
I wasn't.
I'm going to put a shadow and I'm going to just basically follow the inside of his hand. Like this. And then we'll darken that to make it look like he's touching the ground. So I'm imagining this is before Gollum left his underground lair, before he met the Hobbit. So we'll
So he still
throw
has
some
it.
texture on this. So he still has his ring, yep. We'll throw some textures on this. I just like to throw texture on the cloth. It doesn't have to be anything special. I'm just putting lines like this just to give it so you know it's not his skin. And so you can tell it's made of some sort of material. And then down here, I'm going to basically do the same kind of thing with the shadow I did with the hand, where I'm going to redraw this shape underneath. So with the toes
Okay.
and like that.
Kimberly Lou said, "You're really not reading in order. Dad doesn't really read the Hobbits or..."
What do you mean I'm not reading in order?
Kimberly Lou said that.
Oh, I'm not reading in order?
Somebody is.
I don't know. When you first meet Gollum, he's got the ring and he's at the underground lake in The Hobbit. At least that's when I first met Gollum. And then let's see.
Lots of people are using smiley faces.
We'll draw the ground here, and maybe we'll put some ripples of the water from the lake out here.
I'm unlocking a safe with a key.
You keep locking that on me.
Yeah, I do.
It's very frustrating.
The comments are?
And we can go like this, and then back here somewhere, we can put, there's this little rock that he used to sit on in the middle of the lake. So we'll put that there, in silhouette.
It is.
And we'll make a reflection of it. First we'll do like 2 broken up lines, and then we'll draw the rock, basically a reflection of the rock right here. So you can see the rock. And then up here, we're going to draw some triangles shapes
Tangerine.
coming down like this.
Tangerine apparently has bright orange colors.
And we're going to show the inside of the cave. And so back here, we're going to just let the water run out to here. And we'll show the inside of the cave up here.
I just show Grace these drawings. Well, Grace is one of my friends, so I can really draw rings. What?
Those are good. You were wondering why I was laughing?
What?
No, you were wondering why I was laughing?
Yeah.
I wasn't laughing so much as just kind of appreciating you.
Hey, Dad.
What? That's what I get for appreciating you?
No, I'm just doing that.
Okay. So
'Cause I
there's our
love
Gollum
you.
sitting in the sitting by the water, hanging out with his ring. You know, maybe somewhere over here we can see maybe Bilbo's hanging out over here talking to him. But I guess not. He wouldn't have had the ring at that point. Maybe we can put little teeth here. Because he had nasty little teeth. I know. So we're almost done. And we'll draw. And if you want to get really into his eyes, you can draw lines coming in from the side to the center of the eye.
Before we go, we have a few things to say for YouTube and Facebook. This Facebook comments that I've been reading is from Facebook.
Yes.
So, yeah.
No, they're not YouTube comments from Facebook?
No.
Are you sure?
They are Facebook comments from Facebook.
Okay.
We've been reading them out.
What if are they you face comments from you face comments from TubeBook?
BookTube, you mean?
BookTube? And that's what I think. I think I want to make a new social media platform called YouFace. Just because YouFace sounds really funny. YouFace! Hey! YouFace!
Hey.
Hey! YouFace! I don't know why that's funny.
Said I sub to your YouTube channel.
So what we can do is in here is we can start throwing in some extra stuff that makes him look more sinewy and muscular-y.
And
we can throw some more textures in here.
If you're watching this from YouTube, make sure to subscribe and like the video.
There you go. That's my little spokesperson. So you put some textures in here to make him look like he's all shriveled up.
And for YouTube people who have questions about the texture or all those type of stuff, comment down in the comment section.
Yeah, there you go. In the comment section on YouTube. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you had fun today. And I hope we didn't get in too much of a debate about the origins of Gollum. But tomorrow we'll do another Lord of the Rings creature. I have to figure out what one we should do. We could do a hobbit, we could do an elf, we could do a dwarf, we could do a troll, we could do Smog the dragon, we could do an orc, we could do
Face the dragon?
Face the dragon? There's no face the dragon. We could do Gandalf. Gandalf would be fun. So how about this? Put in your suggestions.
Days of Lord of the Rings.
Put ideas in the comment section, and we'll do one of those.
Both on YouTube and Facebook.
All right. See you later. Bye.
Alright.